This story comes to us from CBSNews.com. Going back to Sacramento. Now, I did an earlier editorial here where the Sacramento Police Department was audited by an accountability task force, and I mentioned this story. Now I'm going to give it to you. But as public scrutiny looms over the Sacramento Police Department after the audit revealed multiple civil rights violations, a video of officers handcuffing a 10-year-old girl in her pajamas is creating a firestorm. The incident stems from February 2022. Body cam footage shows officers grabbing a young girl and placing her in handcuffs after she opened the door. You can hear an officer ask who else is in the house as the young girl cries.
Warning: some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sacramento Police probation search.
Come to the door right now. Open the door.
I'm a baby.
Open the door.
You're not a baby if you're not listening.
Open the door. Come outside.
Come outside right now.
Who is here?
You're going
Who is here? There's another one in here.
No, you don't get to go and hide and turn off the lights. That's not how this works. Okay, but you're going to be detained in handcuffs because you're not listening.
I'm scared. Mommy!
Why are you running and hiding?
I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
How old are you?
I'm 10.
Let me take this off you. I don't need you in handcuffs. Why are you running through the house and hiding?
Okay, so you saw what happened there. The child was in cuffs for a little more than 30 seconds, and as you just saw and heard, as soon as the officer asked and found out that the girl was just 10 years old, he did take off the handcuffs. But the Office of Public Safety Accountability says that that girl should never have been cuffed at all.
Meg White, co-founder of Justice Unites Individuals and Communities Everywhere, said, "I wish I could say shocked. Unfortunately, Sacramento has a history of being very brutal, specifically with black residents. And in the audit they did, they found that out of 19 drivers pulled over for tinted windows and then searched, they were all black or Latino." So that's why she says, "I'm not shocked that Sacramento PD." Now, Meg White believes the number of civil rights violated is much higher, citing those were just the reports that were filed. And of course, it was an audit. They, filed a report on certain cases they pulled up or certain incidents. But she's saying the number's higher, and it probably is. Yeah. Anytime they do an audit on a police department, they say, well, this number of people this and this number of people that. You can always reasonably deduce that the number is probably higher. Those are just the instances where they got caught or they filed, a report or what have you. The city's police chief admitted some of the misconduct, saying she agrees the department can and must do better. Every police chief says that, do they? I don't know. Look at Aurora, Colorado. Look at Loveland. Louisville Metro. Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. Does this mean that it plans to adopt a handcuff policy for kids? Sacramento Police told CBS 13 it is reviewing and considering the implementation of those policies. Dr. Shelby Moffitt, a professor at Sacramento State and a former Sacramento officer, said handcuffing is done for one or two reasons: for the safety of the officers and for other citizens and the safety of the person who may be taken into custody. Officers and their safety. I mean, I've never met a group of more yellow striped back, coward, wussy professionals in my life. That whole occupation. I need you to back up for officer safety. I'm 30 feet away and I have a camera. Right, but for my safety, keep going back more. For your safety, what are you? The only thing this thing's ever killed is a career. The report shows officers violated people's constitutional rights in more than a third of those cases. Do you hear? More than a third. So out of 100 cases, more than 33, they're violating people's constitutional rights. Questionable interactions also include minor traffic infractions for illegal window tints with no intention of enforcement or issuing a ticket. They want to search the car. As for why no citations, he explained verbal warnings are sometimes the appropriate action for an officer. Is searching the car on a window tint or doing a pat down on a traffic violation, is that normal appropriate action? Or is that a violation of Terry v. Ohio? With mistrust elevated between police and communities of color, what would it take to build trust? To enforce that, the police department actually follows the policies the community needs, White said. That's Meg White. Basically, you got to find out the needs of your community and police according to the needs of your community. Cops don't do that. Cops say, I'm a law enforcement officer. I direct people. I tell you what to do and you obey me because I'm a cop. And if you don't obey me, I'll take you to jail. And if you say, well, that's an unlawful order. Yeah, but you're resisting. And that's 148A. I'm resisting when I've committed no crime. Right. Now you're obstructing me because you're talking to me. But you initiated the conversation. Now you're delaying me. You're under arrest for 148A. That's kind of how it goes. Cops just do what they want and make up the laws as they go. And I can't know every law. Then you should go be a high school janitor or something. Because I was an animal control officer for like 6 years, 4 years, something like that. 4, I think. Got tired of it. But if I didn't know a law, I looked it up. I had a handbook. Because back then we didn't have like the social media and stuff. It was 2002 to 2006. And I didn't have a smartphone, to look it up or anything. So I had a handbook, a thick-ass California handbook. And I would pull it out and I would look it up and I'd go, okay, it reads this. All right. Because I had a call where a dog was abandoned. And the guy said, you got to take it. And I looked up abandonment in the penal code. And I said, no, the law states I have to post, give the owner 24 hours to come and claim his property, the dog. If he doesn't come after 24 hours, it could be considered then abandoned property, and we can take it at that time. My point is, so when these cops tell you, I don't know every law, then look it up. You have a laptop in your car. I've seen where they're listening to KLOS radio on their little desktop thing. They have internet and they have a little thing going where the music's playing. You can look up the law. You can sit in your car and look it up and go, let me see what it says. They don't want to do that because that would interfere with their ability to arrest you. So you just make it up and say, fight it in court.